Good journey, everyone. Welcome to today. No, it's not. Welcome to Space Oats Podcast Live, a Star Wars podcast. My name is Jay. I am the crucial crew member, and we are finished with Ahsoka. So we got to fill some time with some other things this week with Star Wars. But we got a lot to talk about. As always, there's always things to talk about with Star Wars, right? Pretty much every week there's something new that comes out, something released. Some things were released that I haven't actually watched yet, so I don't know if you've watched them, but we'll talk about those little releases that happened today. So maybe you don't know anything about those, so we'll uh, we'll see what happens there. But some other things we'll go back and we'll do some today in Star Wars, as I almost announced that that's what this is, but that is a little bit of what I do usually every weekend, Thursdays through Mondays, on my Instagram page, The Crucial Crew Member. So I do a little bit of today in Star Wars history, and we expand on that a little bit during this broadcast every week on Wednesday night. So we'll talk a lot about that item that happened today in Star Wars history. We'll also talk a little bit about New York Comic Con coming up, some exclusives that are going to be released there. If you're going to be there, that's amazing. I wish I could be there. I wish I could be there for a couple different reasons, and we'll talk about that. But there's some really amazing releases exclusive to the event or early releases, items that you can get there before anywhere else. And some of them are really exciting. One of them actually ties into my crucial character pick of this week. And we'll talk about that. That is going to be from Solo, a Star Wars story. So I bypassed Solo a while back because I really hadn't watched it in a while, and my crucial character pick for this movie is not like who I feel is the most crucial character, which I do sometimes as well. But this is just a cool character that I love. In fact, it's probably one of my favorite versions of this character. So maybe you can figure that out, but we'll talk about that as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera angle because I don't like this camera angle right now. I know I'm getting a lot of glare off of my backlight tonight. I don't know why. I think I set that up in the wrong spot. Apologies about that, but yeah, so that's just going to have to, yeah, that glare right there. I mean, it's got my bouncing on my TV because I'm actually watching Star Wars, and of course, boom, the Tatooine desert is up there right now, so we're getting a lot of brightness there. But yeah, so but I like this a little bit more clear here. You can see a little bit of what I'm going to be talking about today. A lot of stuff in my background. Whoever it is, thank you for joining. Go ahead and drop in your chat anything that you would like to talk about or anything you're excited about that's happened recently with Star Wars. We'll throw that in if that's the case, and if you want to talk about, have anything that you want to say about, oh, Ben can, I like your new screen name. That's great. You've changed it. It's great. Goes off of the whole Star Cruiser thing. We love that. So Ben joining us in as usual. Always get a good joining in from Ben. Maybe one day we'll go live with Ben. Who knows? Maybe that'll be the case. But yeah. So I made myself a nice little Hoth drink today. I don't know why. I was feeling really. I don't know. It's kind of getting that chill in the air, and I was feeling. Broke out my flannel today. It's a little bit chilly here in Florida, which is great. Getting rid of that warm weather, but made myself an interesting little drink, kind of a dessert drink tonight. So I'm feeling pretty good. It's nice. But yeah, so let's go ahead and start talking about some Star Wars. Let's start off with today in Star Wars. How about that? Because I usually do this every Thursday through Monday, and this one actually is a really cool throwback to. And honestly, I didn't even really realize this until I read this today. But I know I bought it as soon as it came out, and I have it actually right here. This right here. If you know what this little box set is, it is the actual first Star Wars trilogy box set that was released after all three movies came out. So you would have thought it would have came out a little bit sooner than when it did, because Return of the Jedi was released in 1983. However, it wasn't until 1990, today in Star Wars history, October 11th, 1990, that we got the first Star Wars trilogy box set released on VHS. And of course, I definitely went out and bought that. So if you can see actually what it looks like. I posted a picture that was a different version of the box set just to kind of throw some people off today. But it had its run basically throughout 1995. So from 1990 to 1995 was when this box set was continually released. Yeah, I'm just trying to pull up my notes here. My apologies. And I think I may have lost my notes. Where did my notes go? No. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. Well, I think I may have lost my notes. Anyway, either that or my phone is just going crazy on me today. But yeah, I may have lost my notes. That stinks. Anyway, I might be able to get them back. Let's see if I can't get back to my cloud. Technology is great sometimes, but then again, technology is not great sometimes. So we always love technology, but you know what? It's great when you can actually save stuff and it automatically saves and you can hope you can find it later. This one has no edits. This one actually has no edits. So yeah, again, this is the original box set. This is before the special editions. So the special editions came out in 1990. Well, after 1995. So this original box set had its run from 1990 to 1995. Man, can I not? Here we go. All right, found my notes. Yeah. So again, really awesome box set too. So the 1995 version, which actually that's when the one I posted a picture about online, which had like the THX version. So it had the superior sound, better picture quality. You know, it took away the graininess, but they still didn't do any updates because it was pre-special edition. So the THX versions are actually pretty cool as well. If you've got the THX versions, I never bought those, but my neighbor did. I had these, so I really didn't feel like I needed them. But this was actually pre-THX. So no, actually not even the silver and gold edition. There's another version, and of the THX versions. Check out my Instagram post from today. That is the actual box set it was the last version of this before the special editions. So that was my post that had that version in it. But the early versions, the box set looked a lot cooler. It had like the old artwork from some of the movies and some of the really cool posters that were released. But basically this ran from October 10th, 1990, or October 11th. What day is it today? October 11th, 1990, all the way up to June 16th, 1995 was pre-special edition. The last box set that was in those later years was the one that contained the THX digitally remastered audio video quality on all three of the films. Still great. But again, the edits came after. I think, and I have those. Let me just check that real quick because let me see when the gold and silver ones came out. Because I have the other set right here. Well, at least the silver set right here, which is unopened, by the way. Never opened it. Still in its package. So this was So the silver box set actually were in 1997. So those were the special edition releases. And actually, they do say special edition on them. So the silver box set are the special editions. But there was a THX version, pre-special edition, which had some really cool artwork as well. If you ever had the comics, I don't even, I see, I would show you the artwork, but I don't even know where my comics are right yet. No, not over there. Yeah, so much stuff, so much stuff and everywhere. But I would show you that if that was the case. But it's the same artwork that when they re-released the THX, they also re-released the comics in a box set as well. Sold the VHS, got the DVD of that silver edition. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so never sold these. Watched them a lot. My box is a little beat up on the outside. It's definitely not in pristine condition. But The later versions, like I said, as they went on, they had different versions of these all the way up to 1995. When it got to the end, by the way, when this was released, in its first week, 8.5 million copies. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the special edition. That was not the special edition, the THX. So in 1995, the THX version, in its first week, 8.5 million copies were sold. In the THX version as well, there was also included the documentary From Star Wars to Jedi, The Making of a Saga. This has none of that. This is just the movies, bare minimum, basically, on this sets here. So basically, the only thing that's on this is the CBS. It has the CBS, I believe on the actual, yeah. So on the actual box itself, when you open it up, it has the CBS Fox Video logo, which is, again, that's something that shows that this is the original that came out, the original box set. There was a promo video in here a little bit later, once as it was released. It also has the CBS box Fox all on each individual. There was a promo in front of each movie, as well as later on, like in the 90s. So kind of like it's mid-run, it started to have the promo video within this as well. All three films, basically, the original films, the original release films, so from May 25th, 1977 to May 25th, 1983. So nothing, no edits, nothing done to these, as they were on these video cassettes. 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment warning screen, as well. In the beginning, you remember how you had that warning screen with the, no pirating and so forth. But yeah, so this is, so this was the 19. So basically, mine I purchased in 1988. So this is actually this is not when it first came out. So like I said, it first was 84. Right? No, 1990. 1990 this was released. So yeah, so this box set is actually, unless I just can't read the writing, but it says 1988. But that's interesting. It says 1988, but it didn't come out until 1990. So, but yeah, interesting, amazing artwork on these. Each individual Star Wars film has a great cover. If you can see the cover, the covers are fantastic. Oh, actually, my camera is up there, but I love that original cover there. The artwork timestamp. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm thinking as well. And then the back of it as well, Han Solo. Every side also had a character. So for the Star Wars one, it was Darth Vader on the side. And Empire Strikes Back, it was Yoda on the side. And then the front cover as well, that classic Empire Strikes Back poster, which we love so much. And then thirdly, Wicket is actually on the side of this one, but then that awesome Return of the Jedi cover as well. But amazing. These are in great quality. Mine are. They have the stickers and everything on the VHS, so great quality here. Patrick made it tonight. Awesome. So basically, right now I'm just talking about the amazing. You can tell I watched Empire Strikes Back the most because you can see the labels peeled up a little bit on my Empire Strikes Back VHS, which is pretty funny. So, and then Return of the Jedi as well with the label on there. I can't really read that, but anyway. So pretty awesome. Still have the barcodes. I have the barcodes on there. Their little barcodes individually on there. So in great quality. I mean, the inside boxes are in great shape. I haven't pulled this out in like forever. But then I love the the artwork, even on the box, like it's like kind of like a stand where you actually have it displayed, which is really cool. It actually says on the inside, here is the trilogy that set new standards in filmmaking, special effects, and rousing science fiction action adventure storytelling. And then it basically has the synopsis of each film when they were released. It has their box office gross and also any awards that they won for like the Academy Awards. So pretty awesome with that. And there's also something else. Where is... Oh, yeah, I know where it is. Anyway. Patrick saying the special edition VHS in 97. No, these are not the special edition versions. The original trilogy. Yeah. So that would have been the second. So you actually probably had the other ones that I posted about earlier that looked quite like that picture. And then on the outer box, there's a little written, it's actually in handwriting there by George Lucas that was copied on here, and it basically says, 15 years ago I set out to make a film for a generation growing up without fairy tales. Star Wars was my own elaborate fantasy, and its popularity has gone beyond anything I had imagined. In years to come, I hope that you, your children, and your children's children will enjoy experiencing this saga as much as I have. And then it's signed by George Lucas. So cool little note there for anybody that ever picked this up. This original trilogy box set, again, released today, October 11th, 1990 was when it was released. So yeah, pretty awesome. I love that, right? Yeah, his wish definitely did come true, right? So that is today in Star Wars. But we got a lot of other things to talk about, right? A lot of other things to talk about with Star Wars today. First off, let's talk about New York Comic Con is happening this weekend. Anybody go? Are you guys going? I'm not going to New York Comic Con. I wish I was going to New York Comic Con. It actually starts tomorrow. New York Comic Con does. I know some people up in New York. I don't know, because Mosh Eisley's happening this weekend, right? I wish I was going there for that as well. Wish I was hitting up New York Comic Con. Mosh Eisley, not happening again. Could not get there. Wish it was a little bit closer, but I have a feeling that is going to be the case for the next one. So let's just hope I'm in town. Let's hope I'm not somewhere where I'm not going to be able to make it, or let's just hope also I can get off of work. That's the other thing. So yeah, I couldn't make it either. So many of us couldn't make it. I would have gone if I could have gotten off of work. I would have definitely gone up there for Mosh Eisley. But anyway, I am going to real quickly, because I don't know if anybody's seen some of the exclusive merch that is coming out at Comic-Con, but there's some pretty awesome stuff that's going to be released, some of which I am just like going crazy, and I wish I had the money to like send to somebody to say, hey, can you get this for me? Because yeah, there's some amazing stuff, one of which ties into my crucial character this week, and I'll probably spoil it for a minute because I want to talk about it. But yeah, let me pop up my share screen here and let you guys see what I see. Oh no, what am I doing? Let me get bigger here. Let me go back to this. Let me share this. I'm all over the place tonight. I don't really know what I'm doing. Share screen. I'm gonna share this, exclusives, share. All right, there we go. So first off, this amazing thing right here. Shoot. There we go. We got a jumpsuit, an official jumpsuit from Duonovo. And that is actually going to be a first to market at San Diego Comic-Con. $300 for that flight suit. So this looks pretty cool, right? Looks pretty awesome. Patrick saying there's a New York Comic Con exclusive comic. Which one? Which comic is that? I don't know if that's in the news, but if it is, I'll definitely see it when I scroll down. I kind of briefly looked through this, but the flight suit looks really cool. So it's a Star Wars Rebel pilot X-wing flight suit by Duo Novo. If you are, don't want to make your own, don't want to get into that sewing thing, it looks pretty legit, right? Duo Novo does a great job. Everything looks pretty cool. Another thing from Duo Novo, which this is the thing that I'm just crazy excited about. First to market here is the Star Wars Imperial Patrol Trooper helmet by Duo Novo. So, spoiler alert, this is my crucial character pick from Solo. I love this trooper, and honestly, I made my pick before I saw this, and then I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" That this is the case. This may be my break for the first Star Wars Stormtrooper helmet I may buy, because I love this trooper. And we only got to see him quickly too in the Solo movie. With that chase scene through Pirelli on the bike, but they have that whole biker scout look, especially from their suit down. They carry the same kind of blaster as the biker scouts. But the helmet's just so different. But I love the black. I love the more just the intense black on the side and the front there. I just love the Stormtrooper helmet. I think it's definitely, I want to say it's my favorite, honestly. I used to think that the biker scouts were my favorite, but honestly, this one has a little bit of ties to both of them. It kind of almost is like an evolutionary of the Stormtrooper to the biker scout. It still has that aesthetic of the trooper with the eyes, but then the best of the scout at the. I just love it. 8 billion genies. Oh, okay, gotcha. You're a big nerd. I actually don't even know what 8 billion genies is, but anyway, maybe I'll have to look into that. But yeah, so the Star Wars Imperial Patrol Trooper helmet, $675. Oh, I finally had $675. It looks amazing. So this one's pretty cool too. The Star Wars TIE Fighter pilot concept. So basically taking us back to concept art for Star Wars and what the TIE Fighter was going to kind of look like. Very looking like that World War II look fighter pilot. So it's a 1/6 scale mini bust by Diamond Select Toys, Gentle Giant, $130. I'm not a big fan of the busts, but I love the concept art stuff that's been remade, so it's really a cool one. So that's pretty neat. So this is an exclusive too for Star Wars Comic-Con in New York. Not Star Wars Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. So have to be there to get this if you're a fan of that kind of stuff. So another New York Comic-Con exclusive is the Star Wars Ahsoka Tano enamel pin by Figpin, $20. Definitely buy this if I was there. I would definitely buy this if I was there. Sure thing. It's a cool. I honestly think I would love it better if it was the Ahsoka white, but that's okay. Another New York Comic-Con exclusive is the Star Wars Return of the Jedi Spirit of Yoda collectible enamel pin by Figpin. Again, $20 there. Another one that I probably would buy if I was there. So love the Yodas. Got Star Wars The Clone Wars Pop Darth Maul Cybernetic by Funko, $15. So basically the half Maul, half cybernetic legs. It looks like it's just the two legs, so it's not like the spider Maul. But this is first to market, so you might be able to pick this up a little bit later. Pretty cool. I tell you what, if I ever got sucked into Funko, it would be a dark tunnel. Star Wars video game mini backpack by Loungefly. $100. It's a New York Comic Con exclusive. I'll tell you what, this actually might have been my first Loungefly had I had gone. That's a pretty cool Loungefly. I probably would have bought that. It's pretty cool. That whole Star Wars retro arcade. And then you have the wallet as well if you just wanted the little wallet, which is pretty awesome. The video game wallet by Loungefly. $40. Again, that's a exclusive. Got a first to market for Star Wars high-tech trading cards by Topps. Not really big into the trading cards, but $100 there if you want that. So some pretty cool stuff there. But yeah, definitely this one. That's my thing. That's an amazing helmet. If I can get my hands on that possibly down the road and have some spare change, that might be my first Stormtrooper helmet that goes somewhere in my room. Pretty awesome. I'm loving that one. But anyway, so those are the exclusives. If you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, have fun with that. And maybe you'll get to pick up some of those items. So yeah, maybe those items are your thing, maybe not. But I definitely would probably pick up a couple of those items if that was the case. But those are some exclusives that are happening there. Some sad news in Star. I don't know if you guys knew about this, but this happened kind of late last week into the weekend. Shauna Tripsick, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but she was young. I don't know what happened, but really sad. But she worked on a lot in costume designing for Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, but she unfortunately passed away. So, thoughts out to her family and the Star Wars family, because I'm sure, if they're anything like Disney, 54, yeah. If they're anything like Disney family, I mean, we're a tight community, and I can just imagine how much tighter the Lucasfilm family is. So, because you're loving what you do every day, I don't think anybody can really work at Lucasfilm and not love Star Wars, right? But yeah, that's a sad thing when something like that happens. So, especially at such a young age and such talent, working on all those Star Wars projects. And if you look at the costumes of those Star Wars projects, they were outstanding. I mean, some people say certain things about certain of those series that they weren't like the best series, but Book of Boba Fett had great costumes. Going into the cantina, Mos Espa, all that. There was some amazing scenes in Book of Boba Fett. And whatever she had contributed, I'm sure we saw a lot of it, and it was amazing. So, but yeah, going back through, let's see here. Ben saying needing some kind of pack for when it goes to Walt Disney, that'd be cool. Yeah. Oh, the Loungefly pack, man. I don't own any Loungefly. My wife has like a ton of them, but some of the Star Wars ones that have come out. And not really my thing, but that one I probably would have bought that one. Beats the Scout Trooper, which was my favorite before. Yeah, I think so too. Scout Trooper was my favorite. I always said that if I wanted to do, if I was going to get into 501st, I wanted to do Scout armor. Of course, it looks like at some point I'm going to be trying to get this clone armor together, but yeah, maybe the trooper from Solo, that would be really cool. So I love the helmet. Helmet's amazing. Helmet's out now. Just gotta get that armor and the helmet. But anyway, funds that I don't have. So, but yeah. Yeah, so a lot of they pretty much put together all the Ahsoka behind the scenes or synopsises and episode guides now on StarWars.com. So if you're into kind of reading about the bulk of the show, the series, you can go ahead and do that. I was just talking to a friend of mine that I grew up with Star Wars. He's almost finished. He kind of got a little behind with Ahsoka, but he's loving it so far. Touched base with some other friends of mine, how they felt everything wrapped up with that, and everybody's really happy. A couple of people saying, that, with Ray Stevenson not being here, how are they going to do that? Are they going to, you know, are we going to somehow get a recast, or are they just going to tell the stories in comics or animation or whatever? And I think people are saying that they're kind of happy with either way. So I would kind of hope. I don't even want to say it. I don't know. I am gonna leave it up to the experts, and we'll see what happens with that. But Patrick, having a new Star Wars thing, the High Republic Shadow of Starlight issue 1 can outlast a week. Yeah, written by Charles Soule. Okay, all right. Who also wrote 8 Billion Genies? Okay, all right, cool. So maybe I'll have to take a look at that 8 Billion Genies thing. So there's also there's a new, and it's a young adult novel, but honestly, there was all going back to Solo. So again, Solo, been watching. I watched Solo recently. So the Patrol Trooper, awesome, loved it. Watching that again, I don't know why it hasn't hit me until then, but that trooper is amazing now with the helmet, everything. But Kira's story in Solo, we all Solo didn't get the best reviews, and Disney kind of had set it up to possibly have a trilogy of those movies. And there's that fan base that's been like growing and growing for Solo, and there's love for Solo, and there's t-shirts, the hashtag make Solo 2 happen. Don't think it's ever going to happen, unfortunately, but I thought maybe it would go into the Lando series that would eventually be written, and we see more of that story. Maybe get a little bit of wrap up of Kira's story and how she kind of rose to that Crimson Dawn role with Maul and what would happen there. But there's like kind of like a in-between novel that just came out. It's a young adult novel by E.K. Johnston, and it kind of takes you through Kira's journey from when we see her at the beginning of Solo to that flash forward of when she meets Han again on the Crimson, the Dryden Voss's yacht. So young adult novel, but still it's Star Wars, and it might be fun to actually like take a dive into that to see how that actually happened. Like what is so interesting that it's a young adult novel, because when like Kira says some of the things that she had to basically do to get that position, you almost think it would be an adult novel that would have to explain some of that, but maybe they're gonna lighten the mood a little bit of it. So but yeah, E.K. Johnston basically saying it's the most fun that she's ever had writing Star Wars. So she did an amazing job with the Ahsoka book, and I was a lover of that one. So I might actually have to take a read on this one. It's cool that that there's a little bit of like Dr. Afra going on with her story, where she's actually searching for an artifact that's like a Jedi artifact, and curious to see like what that might tie into. She had a lot of Dryden Voss is in this book, so just kind of like writing his character, I'm sure was a lot of fun, and maybe get to learn a little bit more about how sinister he is. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Kira. That was one of the big things about Solo that I loved, and I wish we could have seen more of Emilia Clarke with Kira and just her character live action. I don't think that's ever going to happen, and but E.K. Johnston, basically the young adult novel is called Crimson Climb. So yeah, so that I think when does it come out? It comes out October 10th. So it actually came out yesterday. So you might be able to pick that up already. A couple of shorts also got released. Lego Star Wars. So we remember that one Lego Star Wars that came out a couple years ago, Terrifying Tales. Well, there's been some shorts that have come out. I think it's 3 shorts on the YouTube channel Star Wars Kids. I have not watched these yet, so I don't know if anybody else has watched these. But there's a few episodes. One entitled "The Sith Witch of Mustafar," in which Darth Vader feels the fright of an old legend. Mech My Day, instead of Make My Day, Mech My Day. Get it? Featuring a stormtrooper who builds his own mech suit in order to confront his Sith boss. That sounds like fun. And then Mandoween, which finds Grogu playing a terrifying trick on Din Djarin. So basically got those 3 shorts that have come out, and you can find them on Star Wars Kids channel on YouTube. So definitely something for the younglings. Probably very light and funny, but who doesn't love some Star Wars Legos every once in a while? I don't know how long they are, but I love it. The Lego Emperor is like my favorite character. So that's always fun to watch. I'm trying to just get a time frame real quick. It looks like they're about 3 minutes, 3 minutes in length, each of them. So if you're a big fan of Lego Star Wars, you can check those 3 out. Those are a lot of fun. But anyway, last but not least, let's talk about that crucial character, right? The patrol trooper that had such short screen time on Star Wars Solo, but is such a great character, is such a cool character. Again, I think I'm going to pull up a photo of the patrol trooper real quick, because I just love his suit. It's a great suit. Let's pull this up real quick. I just think it's an amazing. Let's see here. Open image and a new tab. There we go. That'll be cool. Let's pull this up here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that patrol trooper is amazing. Yeah, I just love all the black. I love, obviously the suit is made in a way where he can get it off of the bike very easy. Maneuverability is great, but I love all the black. Especially at the bottom. So kind of less armor. So really, if you were gonna troop this, you wouldn't have to make too much armor. But the pants looks like they have kind of like a white stripe down the side, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they're basically police stormtroopers, which is just really cool. Like they police stormtroopers on like speed bikes, which is really awesome. We only saw them in Coronet City, Corellia. They were also in Jedi. Was it one of the Jedi Jedi Survivor? They're in Jedi Survivor. Not Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, apparently. I have not played that, so I did not know that. But they're in Imperial City on Coruscant. So they make a video game appearance, which is cool. I still got to somehow figure out how to play Jedi Survivor. It looks like it would be more comfortable. Definitely, right? You could sit down in this one, I think. So, that's one of the things about the troops that, they always say they can't sit down, but I have a feeling like you could chill in this one and relax, and I think it would be more comfortable to walk around in. So this would definitely be a troop. But yeah, so basically the police force of the troopers, looking at that way. But yeah, we didn't really get to see much of them. They have the really cool EC-17 holdout blasters, which is really cool. We saw them in Solo on the CPH patrol speeder bikes, which are pretty awesome as well. But yeah, so Coronet City, Corellia, really the only place live action that we've seen them so far. Who knows? Maybe we'll see some troop as a scout until this one. Yeah, same. I'm right there with you. But basically, we see the scene. The patrol trooper witnessing Han and Kira as they're speeding in that land speeder, being pursued by the White Worm gangster Moloch. And then the trooper began chasing the two land speeders. But they were able to escape the trooper. The trooper ended up crashing his speeder. So these troopers evidently are just as good as riding their speeder bikes as most troopers are shooting their blasters. So again, troopers not so great at their skills. They just fall short so often. But apparently from Jedi Survivor, which takes place about 9 years before the Battle of Yavin, patrol troopers were stationed all over level 2046 on Coruscant. And yeah, so there's several patrol troopers apparently in Jedi Survivor during that mission of Cal Kestis. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities to the Scout Trooper. Like I said, I think that's why I like them so much. But I think they're now my favorite Stormtrooper armor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're definitely my favorite Stormtrooper armor now. So this was first time we've seen them, created specifically for solo Star Wars story. It was a new Stormtrooper design created for the film. There was a couple other ones. They do have a Black Series design. I think it's a 6-inch figure, which is pretty awesome. I might have to try to find and pick up that Black Series figure. And then they also have a Lego Battle Pack as well. So despite that brevity of just that one short scene in Solo, they have a couple different merchandise. So pretty awesome. I think people liked them enough where that's why they brought them back for Jedi Survivor. So really cool. Apparently they're also in Visions. I didn't realize that. Lap and Ocho. They're in Star Wars Visions. To go back and watch that now. So that's another reference that they're in. But yeah. So that is pretty much it for this week in Star Wars. Outside of the Star Wars universe, what have I been up to? Well, not yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday I went to Animal Kingdom. I love Animal Kingdom. I was talking to somebody about that after I posted that it's probably my favorite Disney park just to go chill at. And I don't get there enough. It's so chill. It's so great just to walk around. It's got one of my favorite places to eat, favorite lounges, Nomad Lounge, Tiffin's Restaurant. Both of those are some of my favorites. Rode Flight of Passage. Went and saw Chippendale in their dinosaur uniforms. Did Kilimanjaro Safari. The animals were just so active and fun. Did the Nemo show. Don't like it. I like the old one better. Yeah, it was some good times. Kicked back just with some friends of mine. Afterwards, we went over to Animal Kingdom Lodge. We went to Boma, the buffet over there, which is amazing. And I put myself into a Boma coma with all the food that I ate. And yeah, so it was awesome. Great day spent in the parks, which was much needed. And try to do that once a week. So, but that is pretty much it for me for this week. Thank you for joining in, Patrick. Thank you for joining in, Ben. I really appreciate the support each and every time. If you're watching this later, thank you for watching. Please feel free to make some comments. I will try to follow up on any comments that are made. Always appreciate the comments. Also, if you like this video, please like it. Please hit that thumbs up so that more people can can hopefully experience it, and it can get on those little algorithms and show up on more people's posts. And yeah, until tomorrow. Again, apologies for not going live that much last week. It was a lot going on with my friends being in town, but they're back home in New York. So I will be trying to go back live again on my Instagram page tomorrow at the normal time, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, on my Instagram page, The Crucial Crew Member, with Today in Star Wars. So look for that tomorrow. Until that time, until next time, for Space Oats Live, a Star Wars podcast, I am the Crucial Crew Member. Watch some Star Wars, listen to some Star Wars, play some Star Wars, read some Star Wars, but most importantly, may the stars light your way. Have a great evening and a great week, everyone.